Good morning and welcome to another weekly guided meditation. And I'm really excited to step into September, and September is going to be about inner focus. And today we're going to concentrate on inner fire, and I'm just going to dive into why I chose inner focus for September. So, really, when I went into my own solitude, I have been asking myself, what is it that I want to be creating in this world? And what is it like, how do I want to show up in my business from now on and the world, really? Because I have this bigger perspective, like I always look at everything as a whole. So how can I create the bigger impact, the bigger change? And it actually boiled down to four simple, very simple steps to deeper fulfillment and like a deeper fulfillment on all levels and a deeper access to the happiness. And it goes like this: you start with you, then you learn how to live intuitively, following your intuition, your body, your gut feeling, your heart, your soul. Then you spread the ripple effect just by being you, and living in this sort of alignment. You get to radiate and influence other people around you. And the last step is giving back. Um, so here we are, like we are in September and we starting with inner focus. And I mean, these steps, they are not linear. You can jump into different parts of this journey or of this path. But really, if you haven't done the first part, the first step, starting with you, where you really disconnect yourself from everything that you have believed you are, and you start noticing and accepting all the parts that you have rejected about yourself, and you start accepting those parts. And it's a journey, like all of these meditations that I'm doing, they are building blocks. And I keep on saying that, because it's really important. Like, and it's funny, like I'm doing these meditation series and I see people like they jump online, they stay for a brief moment, and then they go back to their busy lives because like no one has time to stop and reflect and go inwards, really, like to notice what is happening inside of me, that like maybe there are some parts that I don't like, or maybe there are some parts that I believe they are mine, like, but they are not really mine. Like they have been influenced by, so many different things, like so many different belief systems from our appearance, religion, society, politics, like everything influences us. And I just feel like so many of us, we lose ourselves in the noise, in the noise of the world, in the noise of our family belief systems, our ancestral belief systems. So then it really comes to the point where we have to start bringing ourselves back. And like I always see it as a boxing ring. It's like where, you start, letting go all of the belief systems where you like, which are not part of you, which are not part of your unique blueprint, really. So then it comes, to how, like, what can I let go, what can I let go, and what can I shed, um, so then I can become true to myself, so that I can become the real you, the real, it's like this blueprint, like the version of you. And like maybe I'm talking in like it's very in the sense where it's just like it's very broad and it's very wide. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, just, comment and say it's like, okay, Sandra, like I just don't get anything you're trying to say or explain. And then, I will go deeper into it. And I will explain, like how I see things. Because I work very intuitively. I see things, I feel the energy, and some things that feel natural for me might not resonate with others. Um, so today is really about the inner fire, and inner fire is, it's that inner feeling, that inner gut feeling. And I always like, I see it intuitively. I see it as like our navel point. And when I say, we have like so many different attachments to different belief systems, I always see when I work with people intuitively, I see almost like, these cords that uh, get connected to other people. And, like if you imagine yourself, like if you saw yourself going back to, the womb stages, you are connected to your mother in the womb through umbilical cord. And that's how I see, ourselves. Like we connect ourselves to the outside and we leak the energy, we leak our truth, we leak who we are by these cords. So really today is just about going back into that center of your sun center, your solar plexus, your navel point, and starting to like setting up this fire, this inner fire, and starting like to born and shed everything that is not you, all of these belief systems, anywhere you have been leaking that energy, anywhere you have been leaking who you are, your true belief systems, like that understanding, like, okay, this is me and this is not me. So today, in today's meditation, I really want to, guide you into that center so you can start noticing and seeing, like, okay, this feels good, like this feels true to me, and this feel doesn't feel like it belongs here. And then, it's just like by understanding, seeing that, you come into the realization that, like, you start seeing the separation. And my journey is really, and where, like, how I want to guide you is to start building that inner awarenesses, because there are so many coaches and so many healers and so many people outside who think they know better than us, but that's not always the case. The more we learn how to trust ourselves and our inner knowing, the easier life is going to become. And sometimes, sometimes it's easier, sometimes we have to journey a little bit, sometimes, we have to like step back, reflect, notice really, like how many different belief systems we carry. And it's exciting, I think if you're going to start looking at this path of like deeper self-discovery as an exciting journey, really is just going to bring so many different interesting and fun experiences. So in today's meditation, we're going to be using the mudra, which is it goes like this. So you're going to keep your left hand like slightly cupped at the navel point, and the right hand is going to be just like this. Yeah, just making a fist and keeping the right thumb up. And you're going to keep this at your navel point. So this is really like, for me, it almost like represents this fire, like almost like a flame, which goes out of your palm, and you're going to keep that at your navel point. And we're going to start with just taking 3 deep breaths in through your nose, inhaling, pausing for a brief moment, and then exhaling with a sigh, just a release. And I like doing this, like these 3 breaths, just to clean the slate and bring us back into the state of meditation, into the state of inner knowing, into the state of really grounding ourselves, for this practice. And then we're just going to take like rhythmic breathing, just to do some rhythmic breathing, and I will guide you through it. I will count, breathing in up to 5, holding, pausing for a brief moment, and breathing out for a 5. Just to also just connect you, bring you back into this moment, into this present moment. So once you're ready, just find a comfortable position where you could sit, or even sometimes, yeah, you can also do this laying on the floor, and it still works. And the only thing that I would want to mention is just be cautious if you suffer from hypertension, because with these mudras, with these hand gestures, we move the energy, and it works in a very subtle way. That's why you need to practice it for a period of time to start noticing the results. But it's like once you do, you will start noticing the results on a mental, physical, and emotional level. But that's why you need to start bringing that awareness. That's why you need to start learning how to observe, what is happening within your body and what is happening within your mind and how you feel. Because what we feel, like, we don't notice what we feel, but that is very important. And my philosophy is, it's not about setting a goals. It's about setting how do we want to feel every single day. And once we know how we want to feel, like, that becomes easier, like that carries us through life in so much more powerful way. Then it becomes not like the head thing, but then it becomes like, how do I want to, like, I just want to live out of this heart space, out of the, that's where the happiness really is. The life becomes simple, the life becomes more enjoyable. At least that's how I see it, and that's how I feel it. So I really hope that I will be able, to really bring that understanding to you as well, and you will start noticing and seeing like similar results, or similar um, expectations, really, from what is possible once we start creating the awareness and observation. So find a comfortable position and just start by taking a deep breath in, inhaling through your nose, pausing for a brief moment, and exhaling with a sigh. And inhaling through your nose, pausing, and exhaling through your mouth, just releasing, letting it go. Just one more time. Inhale, pause, and exhale. And just let your breath settle. Just let yourself return back to yourself. Come back to yourself. Just notice your breath, natural rhythmic breathing. And just start breathing in through your nose for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing for a brief moment. And exhaling for a count of 5 through your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pausing for a brief moment and exhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pausing for a brief moment and exhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling through your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just pause. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just let your breath settle. Let your body settle into this practice, into your inner fire, your inner knowing, your inner wisdom, knowledge. Just rub your hands together, creating this shape. So cupping your left arm and your palm and placing at your navel point, and with the right one just creating this fist with the thumb up and placing that next to your navel. And just first start noticing your breath and start noticing how you are breathing into your belly. And every time you take a deep breath in, just notice how your belly is expanding. And just bringing your awareness, your attention into that area. And just notice and observe what is happening there. What do you notice? And just observe. Without going into the mental understanding of all of these awarenesses that you get to experience through this meditation. Instead, just bringing the focus, just noticing but with no attachment. So notice what is there. And then you can go deeper into that awareness. You can go deeper into that center, navel center. And maybe notice detachments, that you have might created towards people, situations, expectations. So notice all of them. And also notice how you are learning not to attach yourself to any of that. Any of that you see, anything that you feel even. It's just there. And maybe you feel like it is part of you. But you also know how to let it go. You're also learning how to witness and observe and not get lost into all of that. And as you breathe, deep belly breaths, notice how that inner flame, that inner fire is becoming stronger. The flame is becoming more bright, more warming, lighter, brighter, more nurturing, cleansing, slowly burning all of these attachments, all of these expectations. And just breathe through that. Breathe through that process. And as all of that burns, all of those attachments, start noticing all of your power, anywhere you have given that away, slowly starting to return back to you. And you might see it, feel it, imagine it in a different way. That's okay. Let it show up in a way that is unique to you. And the brighter this fire gets in your belly, the more energy that you have leaked, given away, is coming back to you. So just accept it. Let it integrate, sink in into your body, into your cells, into your DNA, into your navel point. And let it radiate, let it shine, and become stronger. Almost like creating this source of fire, this source of light, which is always there. Like no one can destroy it, no one can take it away. It's always there. And sometimes that light is brighter, sometimes it's more dull, sometimes it's not as noticeable, but just knowing that it's always there. So knowing that you can always return back to this light for inner guidance. It's like almost using it like a torch to show you a way. Giving you confidence because it just lights your path, it lights your way. So you can follow it with confidence, with this vitality. And just breathe. Breathe into your belly. Let this fire create even a deeper, better assimilation of food and life. Observing all the nutrients that food has to offer and all the beauty, all the radiance that life has to offer. Learning how to see that beauty and the fire, fierceness in everything, in yourself, and also how to recognize that in other people. The true authentic self, the true authenticity. And just breathe. And let it settle. Let this fire settle. Let it become part of you. Let it integrate deep inside you. And be comfortable with it. Be gentle. No need to force it. It's just there. And as you become more comfortable with that inner fire inside your belly, let yourself come back into the present moment, back to you, back into your body. Always knowing, always feeling that inner fire within you. Just take another deep breath in. Release your hands. And once you're ready, just open your eyes. And before you run off, just observe and notice how you feel, how your body feels. What do you feel in your navel center? And maybe if you feel inclined to, just give yourself a moment to journal about the experience. To journal about what does this fire represent to you in your everyday life. Thank you for practicing with me. I really hope that these series are transformational for you, as they are for me. And I really hope to see you next week for another guided meditation, um, and for even deeper journeying into inner focus, into inner self. Have a beautiful day and the rest of the weekend, and I'll see you next week.